All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Jpage Travel Talks. I'm Jeff Page with Cruise Planners. I am a local franchise owner here in Orlando, Florida. I'm here with Joanne Cottermann. She is our Royal Caribbean International BDM for the Central Florida area. And she's going to talk to us today about the biggest, baddest ships in the sea, the Royal Caribbean Oasis Class. This is a ship that's great for multi-generation families. It's got a lot of things for everybody to do. So go ahead, Joanne, introduce yourself and welcome. Thanks for coming out today.
Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, I'm Joanne Cottermann, and I worked with the very valued travel partners here in the Central Florida, and I'm so happy to be here today talking about my favorite class of ship, the Oasis class. I have to say, and I think Jeff, you will agree, that the Oasis class vacation compares to no other vacation that's out there. There's just no other type of vacation that you can compare to an Oasis class. There's so much to do, and this class of ship is just so unique in the design and the build that it offers. So
yeah, you hear people saying that there's the ship is a destination. This is a destination. You really could entertain yourself on this for a week and never leave the ship and still not do everything twice. So they're amazing. The amount to do for every age group is there's nothing else like it that I'm aware of.
Yeah, my favorite thing to say is this class of ship is so incredible that it's undescribable. So you really need to experience this class of ship firsthand, because even talking about it, it's even hard to imagine all the incredible things that it has to offer. Yeah. And I think, first of all, we should talk about really the unique design of the ship, and what makes this class of ship so different than any other class of ship out there is that it's built on the concept of 7 distinct neighborhoods. So if you like, we could go through each of those types of neighborhoods, but maybe we should back up and just talk about which ships actually fall into an Oasis class ship, because some of you maybe have been on one of these classes or one of these ships and
I've been
didn't
on the
realize that it was.
I've been on the Harmony twice. Fortunately, I was on its inaugural for 2 nights, and then I did 7 nights like 3 or 4 months ago. It's an awesome ship. It's beautiful. The neighborhoods are great, but you have in this class, you have the Oasis, the Allure, the Harmony, and the Symphony of the Seas. So they are the 4 biggest ships in the water right now. And to me, they're one of the best vacation options, especially with multi-generation family. But also, I mean, my wife and I went and enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yeah, and just like looking at, I see that you're sitting in the front of, or the back of, rather, one of the Oasis class ship. It looks like it's the Oasis of the Seas there, and you can see, right, one of the beautiful neighborhoods that is just, and from my view as well, the boardwalk. And the boardwalk is this beautiful outdoor, open to the sky, with balcony staterooms that offers a real hand-carved carousel. It has the Abyss slide that actually, it ends here. The Abyss starts all the way up on deck 16, but right behind that, we even have the beautiful Aqua Theater. And Jeff, have you seen the Aqua Theater shows?
Aqua Theater show I did twice, because it's just, you have to see it at least once. We did the PM one twice, and we went to the day show when we were on it, and it was awesome. The show, just seeing them dive from 40, 50 feet up into a pool on the back of a cruise ship that's moving, that alone is cool, but the show is awesome as well. So I think that pool's 27.
The show that they do with
Go ahead.
That's okay. I think I think you're cutting out a little bit, so I don't know if it's on my end or yours. I'm losing your voice every now and then.
I'll sit closer to the mic. Is that better?
Yeah, but it's like it actually goes out. Like, it's not that I don't hear you, it's like I don't hear you at all. So I don't know if that's being picked up. It's just my end or yours. So sorry.
Okay, so we'll just go back to, and I can edit.
Okay.
Go back to, I guess,
the Aqua Theater.
Start with the Aqua Theater, and we'll go from there.
Okay. So Yeah, the Aqua Theater is one of the unique entertainment venues that we have. And I think what's really warrants talking about the Aqua Theater is that this is an entertainment venue. So this pool, which is 17.9 feet deep, offers an amazing and incredible show venue platform. So Jeff, I think you talked about a little bit what show you saw and what kind of performance is there.
Yeah, we saw the night show twice, and that show is just amazing, just from beginning to end. But it's incredible when you see them diving into a pool in the back of a cruise ship that's moving from 40, 50 feet up in the air. It just kind of like
Yeah,
you have to stop and remember you're on a cruise ship, because it doesn't feel like it when you see that show. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, just imagine, these are Olympic cliff divers that are diving 54 feet from this tiny little platform all the way into the pool below. And while the ship is at sea moving, like you mentioned, the shows are spectacular. There's water aerobics, there's synchronized swimmers, they're doing tightrope, what is that called?
Walking, yeah.
Aerial acrobatics, tightrope performances. It's amazing, absolutely amazing show. And if you look up from the boardwalk, you can actually see the zip line 9 decks above as it goes across the boardwalk there. So we'll talk about that zip line in a little bit when we get to the other neighborhoods. But I think moving on from the boardwalk, we should maybe move into the Royal Promenade, which is also, I think it's the heart of the ship. And what's really unique about that area is it's got a real look and feel of a city street in Europe, like Milan, Italy, for instance. And they do a lot of amazing parades and performances through there as well.
Yeah, the entertainment there at night. I mean, every night there's something happening, and those rooms that are on the promenade and the boardwalk view that have the inside balconies actually get to sit and see. There's a picture of it right there. But those balconies get to see that entertainment, nightly, everything that's going on. So they get that additional feel of being involved in the ship in those cabins.
Yeah, and one thing we should mention as well is with the
I lost you, Joanne. I just not having any luck
is a
today.
playmate.
I lost you when you started to say something additional.
Yeah, so a call comes in and then it silenced me out. So that's what happened there. So I'm sorry, you're gonna have to edit this.
That's okay.
But so yeah, okay, so
I'm glad it's not our first one, because now I don't have to.
amplified program, we're actually yeah.
Go ahead, you're on.
Okay, so the boardwalk, we should mention, with the new amplified program, some of the new things that are being added on the boardwalk is the Playmakers, which is this incredible sports bar that's going to have 80-something screens that's going to be positioned. So you can catch all the latest sports activity that's being shown. There's an arcade next to the Playmakers. And on the Oasis, we just added the port side barbecue restaurant, which is on the port side of the ship, which makes it a lot of fun. So easy to find.
Yeah. So what's the other neighborhoods? I know there's Central Park, which, I mean, you really feel like you walked into something in the middle of New York, and it's got all the restaurants and shopping and upscale shopping. And I'm not a big brand person. Maybe you can talk about some of the brands that are available, but the upscale shopping is there. A lot of your specialty restaurants are there. So if you want to go into a little more detail on that.
Yes, so Central Park is an important part of the distinct neighborhoods and plays an important role. So in Central Park, we have 12,175 living plants, from hanging plants to trees. At night, they come alive with the twinkly lights, and daytime, you can actually see and hear little birds that have made their way and made their home living in the in Central Park. But like you said, there are some of our specialty restaurants are located there. We have 150 Central Park. We have Chops. We have the Vintages, Giovanni's or Jamie's, whichever ship it happens to be on. We have one of my favorites, which is the Park Cafe, which has some of the best roast beef sandwiches and fresh salads made at sea. Really,
yeah, that was a great little quick stop. It was really was.
And we should mention some of the accommodations there with the balconies looking above, and that photo right above the Tiffany's, you can see the outline of some of the balconies that overlook Central Park. So again, you've got a very quaint and very intimate feel at night with the twinkly lights as the trees light up, and it's just a beautiful location to have a stateroom for sure.
Yeah, and just since the picture popped up of the Bionic Bar, when I first saw it being in the restaurant business, I was like, that thing won't last 6 months, and here we are, it's still out there. And it's pretty cool. You walk up and the restaurant makes your drink, so it's really kind of awesome. I was not.
Yeah, it's definitely a crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're really fun to watch because.
Drink there.
At least one for sure. You can create your own drinks or you can get one right off the menu, but it is really amazing to watch these robots. And they all have their own names. So each ship has, the robots all have their own name, whether it's mix or mingle or shake and stirred. But they're quite fun to watch and very entertaining, even if you're just watching somebody else pour a drink for sure. So what you're seeing on the screen now is one of our it's a splash away bay for one of our children's activities. We're up on the pool deck now. The pool deck has probably one of the best locations to go for activities, whether you want to do, you want to join the pool, you want to go to the flow rider, the rock wall, the full basketball court. There's just a whole variety of different things that you can do up on the pool deck.
Yeah, I could see your teenagers especially never leaving the pool deck. Spending the entire day there, you know. So
yeah, and you know, for adults that like to have more of a quiet time by the pool, we've got the adult-only solarium area as well. And there's a great picture of the Abyss slide. Have you done the Abyss?
I have done the Abyss. Actually, I was. I thought it was going to be more than it was. I tried to get. I was the only one in my group that did it, and I tried to tell them all, let's go, you know, it's not that big a deal, but, you know, nope, they all, no, I'm not going to go. So, I jumped in and slid down, and it was good. It was fun.
So what you might want to know is that the Abyss is a dry slide, so it is not a water slide, and it drops 10 stories in 13 seconds. So in that alone is the adrenaline and the thrill. You can see right again in our backdrop pictures. You can see that purple squiggly pipeline. That is the makeup of the Abyss, and it really is quite fun. But really, on the pool deck and the sports deck area, there's a place to play or relax. There is something for everyone there. And we should talk about the Perfect Storm water slides because those have been newly added to the ship as well. All of that is complimentary, so we want to be sure that our guests know that there is not an extra fee to go down the Abyss or do the flow rider or play on the basketball court or the rock wall or the Perfect Storm. Those are all complimentary. And I think on that deck we have something like 10 whirlpools available as well. So plenty to do up on the sports and pool deck.
Yeah, and then the spa is considered a neighborhood. It's huge, I know that, and it includes the gym.
It is. Yeah. So the Vitality Sea Spa and that area is definitely its own neighborhood. So we can offer massages. We've got a hair salon, a beauty salon. We do some youth spa areas as well. So you can get your thermal suites or your massages if you want to have some more relaxation and some pampering at sea. That is definitely one of the neighborhoods that qualifies for some time.
So what are we missing?
One of the other areas that we have is the Adventure Ocean program. So the Adventure Ocean in our teens program is a neighborhood in its own as well. So what's unique about Royal Caribbean is we have 6 different age groups that we have our different age programs and activities set up. So we have an area for an activity set up for these different age groups. We have all of our youth counselors are certified counselors. So they're certified in child development, and they work with our youngest guests at sea from 6 months up to 17 is how those programs are designed. And I always say for those that don't travel with children, it's great because you never see them. But if you do travel with kids, it's great because you never see them. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, they get their time, and so is there any flexibility in age groups? So say I have a 7 and a 13-year-old. Can we get them together at all, or are they going to have to be separated?
Well, we do a program where they can actually go up or down into the different age groups, but it's on a case-by-case basis. So we really have to look at that to see, what the circumstances are and what the scenario is on that. But it's something that you can certainly bring up to the youth counselor program once you get on board and see if you can either graduate the child up or down into the different programs.
Okay, and they're probably
So
not
one thing
going
we
to.
should they probably don't want to hang out with each other. But one thing we should mention is that our youth programs are also complimentary. There is no additional cost for that. That is a complimentary program for all of our little guests at sea.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I haven't traveled with kids on this one, but the people that my clients love the fact that they can comfortably go have dinner, yeah, or go enjoy the ship a little bit, and the kids are entertained and happy, and they're with friends because they all make friends the first day, and they don't want to spend time with mom and dad anyway. So.
Yeah, and it's great to hear the stories of those kids that have made friends for a lifetime, and they come home and they're still, in communication, whether it's through social media or whatnot, reaching out to their new friends that they've made, and it is for a lifetime in many cases.
Yeah, my kids are in their 20s, and the first cruise that we put them in, they were probably 10 and 12. And my daughter especially still has people that she keeps in touch with from 17 years ago.
That's
So,
fantastic. Yeah,
yeah.
that's what it's all about, is creating those memories of a lifetime, really. And I think our last, but not least, area of neighborhood to touch base is the entertainment zone. So we've got, again, I think we did a whole series on this a week
Mm-hmm.
ago or a couple of weeks back. But our entertainment is truly quality and energy and award-winning in its brand all alone, through the Broadway shows, our own production shows, the aqua shows, the ice skating shows, all truly amazing performances and top quality and energy. So I love putting those two words together to describe our entertainment on board.
Yeah, the entertainment was awesome. Every show, like I said, we did the Aqua Theater 3 times while we were on the ship, so it just kept us coming back, and also the other shows. But I think we need to talk a little bit about specialty restaurants. We don't have to go into a lot of detail, but I was a chef my whole life, and you hear, oh, cruise ships don't have good food and blah 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 blah. Not only do we have great food on these ships, but you have several options. We dined in Wonderland. What an amazing experience!
Ah, my favorite. Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
amazing.
It is magical.
Yeah, it is. For me, I was as impressed with the server's knowledge of the food as I was with the food itself.
Yeah.
I don't know if we just got lucky that night, but our server knew every ingredient, every method to cook. Literally went into detail about every course.
That's great. And I think that's part of the experience in Wonderland, is letting the waiter actually take you through the experience and walk you through the like you said, every aspect of what it is, and the creative way in which that they're serving the food and the food that you're eating. It's incredible. So our dining options on board, that should really be its own neighborhood because there's so many dining options. I did a quick count and I could be wrong, but we've got about 30 different dining venues on board. About half of those are complimentary and the other half would be at a specialty, so it would have a fee included. But you know, for the typical dining or traditional dining, we still always offer that. So you'd have your early or second or main or second dining, which is typically around 6 and 8 o'clock. So you can go into the dining room and have your table, your waiter, your same group of people every night. You can go to My Time Dining, which allows you to dine between 6 and 9:30 in the dining room and still order off the dining room menu. We have a Family Time Dining, which is sort of a way to expedite the dining experience for the kids, but allow the parents to and the family to eat together. But Adventure Ocean comes in and they whisk the kids away within a 45-minute duration, so the parents can continue to dine on their own after. But just to talk about some of the specialty restaurants, I think you mentioned Wonderland. We have 150 Central Park. We have Hooked, which is a seafood restaurant from New England. Jamie's Italian, we had Giovanni's Italian, those kind of intermix between the two ships. Johnny Rockets, the Chef's Table, Azumi's, which is the Asian infusion, hibachi as well, and then our Chopped Steakhouse. So those are just some of the specialty. And then I made a list of, just so I had them because I couldn't remember them all, of some of the complimentary. So we have Bug House, we have the Cafe Promenade, Coastal Kitchen, El Loco Fresh, the Mini Bites, the Solarium Bistro, Sorrento's Pizza, again, one of my favorite, of course, the Windjammer, the Wipeout Cafe, and the Vitality Cafe. So those are all just complimentary venues. There is a room service as well, and depending on the time of day, sometimes that has a fee, sometimes it doesn't. So, so many options and so many choices when it comes to the dining portion of your onboard experience.
Yeah, and I know we've stayed away from talking about the current virus situation and everything that's going on now with the ships being out of the water. But have you heard anything? I've heard a lot of different stuff, but have you heard anything about how buffets will be handled in the future?
Yeah, so good question. You know, we have a lot more to come on what the new protocols are going to be, but we're working very close with the CDC and the health organization. And just recently, we put a whole proposal together on how we will be operating when we start to go when we get back in the water, and how are we going to handle all these common touch points, whether it's the embarkation, whether it's the elevators or the muster drill or the windjammer. So all of these things are being addressed, and we've always been very concerned about our health, our safety, the cleanliness of the ships, and even more, these are going to play an important role in our going forward with our guests and our crew. So more to come on those exact details, but all of these areas are definitely being looked at, and there'll be new protocols and new policies in place to ensure a very clean, healthy, and safe and fun environment on board our ships.
Yeah, you probably won't see that picture anymore with no gloves, but that's
yeah, things are changing.
Yeah, but anyway, I really think that I tell people all the time when they talk to me about cruise ships that you guys have been dealing with norovirus forever, and this is just upping protocols that you've had in place for many, many years. So it's really not new for you. I mean, there's going to be changes, and it'll be a little more intense, but I don't think it's really new for the cruise industry to deal with control of virus in general. That's my opinion as somebody that was a professional chef and kind of lived in that world for a long time anyway.
Yeah, and you know what? There'll be a lot more messaging and songs written around washing your hands. So I think you've seen sailed lately. Some of our crew have really upped their talent outside some of the dining news, where they've created some songs and really entertaining ways to folks to wash their hands. So more to come on that for sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's going to be optional anymore, but that's
Yeah.
We'll wait and see what we get. I'm sure everybody's working on changes, and the good thing I'm hearing is the industry is going to be fairly consistent. So that's going to be good too. So.
The great thing is we're working really, really close and partnering up with the CDC and the health organization and CLIA to put these protocols in place, and it is industry-wide. So, you know, we're really teaming up with the experts to make sure that every, you know, area is looked at and all precautions are met.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. So I don't know, we talked about these being the biggest ships in the sea, but we really didn't talk about how big they are. So they're roughly 1,200 feet. So that's 4 football fields long and 215 feet wide. So, and 225,000 tons. So just to give an idea, we're at the end of the video. Probably nobody will watch this far anyway, but they're massive ships. And I just wanted to throw that out there.
And just for some fun facts, just on the Royal Promenade, the length of the Royal Promenade, you could tip the Statue of Liberty from the tip, you know, to the pedestal, and that would be the length of the Royal Promenade. Our pools can hold up to the weight of 300 grown elephants. So just, you know, just think about those facts for a moment and give some kind of a way to think about the size and the dynamics of a ship of an Oasis class.
Yeah, but you know what I found amazing talking about the size is it didn't feel that big because the way the ship's laid out. I didn't feel like I was walking a ton. I mean, other ships, I feel like I walk, you know, I never stop walking. I didn't feel that on a ship this large. I didn't feel that way. And we were with another family, and they were saying the same thing.
Absolutely. You know, and we missed another important neighborhood, and that is the accommodations on board. You know, I counted the number of categories. We have 49 categories of staterooms on board from, and I think that equates to like 2,700 staterooms. But from the Royal Suite class to the Crown Loft suites to the Grand Suites and some of the junior suites, or just ocean view balconies over the boardwalk, ocean view balcony over the ocean, ocean view balcony over Central Park. Actually, that wouldn't be ocean view, but it's balcony over Central Park. We have Central Park view. We have just your interior ocean view. So again, I think that just puts more emphasis on the importance of our valued travel partners to talk you through these different categories and what those mean and all the different values and pricing guidelines around those different staterooms. So maybe it's the ultimate family suite you're interested in that sleeps 8, or it's an interior stateroom, but definitely there's a lot of choices when it comes to
so thank you, Joanne. I appreciate it. The Oasis class is an amazing class of ships. You know, Royal has much smaller, more intimate ships, and they go up to this as their flagship class of ships, and they're amazing. We could talk about them for a lot longer, I'm sure. But I appreciate your time today, Joanne. If you want to wrap up a little bit, that'd be great. And thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for all your support.
Yeah, no problem.